the country and the city and its people have to solve those challenges and improve people's lives. And that's what was all over when I think about the vision that you had. It is all about that, to improve what we can do here. And then you can say, what makes a country smart? What makes a smart city? What makes a smart country? Well, there's technology under it. There's technology that basically takes the city infrastructure, the country infrastructure that's getting built out. It adds technology so that applications can be built on this infrastructure, so that intelligence can be built onto this infrastructure to improve people's lives. So you could use a smart city to take trains and make sure that your trains and your buses are on time. That's great. But another level is one that tells you, my child took the train and they safely got to school, or they safely got home. That makes it even smarter. So there's a lot of opportunities that we have in terms of making this place a smart city and a smart country, and the technology that needs to build for this to happen. And something that I want to say is that a historic country can be a smart country too. This is not just for brand new places that have never existed before. It's something that needs to really appreciate the culture and appreciate the history. When I was looking at Valeria's slides, and I looked at all of the firsts. So this university, the first public university in 1224, that's a long time ago. That's an amazing vision.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. The first public university in 1224. And then I saw the first opera house. And then I saw the first engineering school. I saw the first railway, the first steamboat in the Mediterranean. That is a lot of history. And you can imagine how that was really changing things all along. But the thing to remember is that right now, we are also in the stage where we are making changes that are that big and even bigger with the technology we have. You know, what railways and steamboats did, we are now doing that with our information technologies. And so a historic city can be a smart city. And this is really what we're all building together. Now, if we take a look at what are the phases, what does it take? How do you get there? Well, there's actually different phases in different ways, and it's continuously improving. So if we look at how to make a smart country smart, well, first of all, you need to build connectivity and coverage. Make sure everybody's connected. Make sure that everything is connected. So it requires building a network and connecting things. And it requires continuing to use the newest networking technologies, because you get 5G, you get security, you get many new things that are built in with the new technologies. So this is not you build it once and you're done, but you need to keep building it because the innovations require it. So that's the first phase. The second is when you start to get these core services. So once again, you may get your bus schedules, right? You may get your shipping, your commutes. These things may improve. And those are each great. The next thing comes when you're starting to use intelligence across the city and intelligence across the country. When you have new building and campuses like this that are being built, then it's one thing to have them now digitized and connected and to have telepresence technology so you can collaborate. And it's another when you can actually start to put together your city and country services like your ambulances, your transportation systems, and others. And that provides an amazing test bed for innovation. And so really what happens is all of this innovation and opportunity starts, this digital transformation starts with the infrastructure itself. And the infrastructure can be the compute technologies, it can be cloud technologies, IoT and mobile technologies, but it's also about the network, the compute, it's about the infrastructure itself. It's about the city, it's about the roads, the railways, and the buildings themselves. This is all infrastructure. And as I got a tour of the campus, I'm sorry my shoes are a little bit dirty, but it was wonderful to see the new buildings that were being built. That is all new infrastructure. And so that is all about physical transformation. As you build that with digital transformation. And that is amazing. And the new paradigm in infrastructure is that infrastructure is programmable. This is actually different from before. And we have some of your professors have a history of working in networking for decades and thinking about what would network programmability mean. Well, today, with Cisco's technologies, with other technologies, the actual products that you can buy are actually programmable. So all of those crazy ideas that they've all had for decades can now become real because the infrastructure is programmable. And what happens when the infrastructure becomes programmable? Then all of a sudden there's a whole new world of opportunity that comes together, which is that applications can now use the infrastructure in entirely new ways, and then you can get an entirely new type of application to be built. So it was amazing when you were developers and you started and wrote your first mobile app. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so powerful, I can write an app for my phone. And then when you started to use cloud technologies, you're like, oh my goodness, I can write a cloud application, and I can get this cloud application anywhere. But there's now going to be a new generation of applications, that use the cloud, that use mobility and IoT, and use this programmable infrastructure that is being built as we speak. And this provides for app developers an amazing new opportunity, as well as for infrastructure developers an amazing opportunity as well, and that's where these come together, and that's what our program is about. And that's why we're very excited to have our students who are learning about application technologies, even with the Apple Academy, as well as learning about the networking technologies from the Cisco Academy. So it's an amazing, great combination that you've brought together here. And one thing about the innovation, it's very much about open innovation and having openness and having fun. And what we find is that to innovate in the best ways, it actually requires a diversity in who you collaborate with to create that innovation. So it's not me innovating with a bunch of people who think and look the same as me. It's actually about each of you. It's about students coming together with government to understand people's problems and provide infrastructure. Working with businesses, both small companies and big companies, who can bring different resources to the solution. Working with startups, working with developers. And when you bring these things together, these different groups, that's a diversity of thought that can really create new innovations that you could not create alone with people just like you. So what has started here with this center and with this university is incredible, and it will provide a great opportunity for all of you, for your futures as well. And we're excited to be here to start the Cisco Academy, to work with our Network Academy, to work with DevNet. I founded DevNet, which is Cisco's developer program, which embraces and helps people learn about programmability and using our APIs. And then we can use all of this together for that next wave of innovation. And as said earlier, people need the right skills, right? There's going to be new skills. My grandmother will need some new skills. My aunts and uncles, the bus drivers, the railway operators will need new skills of some sort. But of course, our students, our developers, people need the right skills so that they can build these fabulous new innovations. And so also companies, to be innovative, they need employees with the right skills. And so all of the partners that we're accompanied with are coming here to hire you because you are getting the best skills that you need, and companies like us need you, and you will be very important in the future to come. So once again, we're leveraging the diversity of the university, the Cisco Academy, startups, businesses, to all come together to create the innovations with this new ecosystem. And one thing to say is that in this world, we're at the starting line. We're at the beginning. So this transformation, we're at the beginning stages of it. When I was a student, it was hard for me to know because I was learning about everything. It was the time, but I couldn't see history in time yet or see the future. But now that I'm a little older, I can see some of the transitions that are happening in the industry. And when we say this world of the smart city, smart countries, of what we do by having a programmable infrastructure in a new world of applications, new applications, different from before. There's incredible opportunity, and we're at the starting line, and so we can all do this together. Now, just to tell you a little bit about DevNet. DevNet is Cisco's developer program. And in the academy, in the Cisco Academy that we have here at the university, we're actually involving DevNet as well. And our mission is to help developers, which includes all of you, to be successful in your careers, to be successful with your innovations. Our goal is also to drive business growth for the ecosystem. As your students, as you graduate, you're going to become part of businesses or make your own business. We want your business growth as well. And it's to make innovation easy. Make it easy for you to get hands-on with the new technologies, see demos of it, and then build your own innovations on top. So that's what we do at DevNet. And just so you know, we're bringing it here, but we started it, we're a startup within Cisco. We're 5 years old. So we started DevNet, and we just crossed over 500,000 members, 500,000 members. And that's people looking at infrastructure programmability and people building applications on top of a programmable infrastructure. And we're very excited to bring this here to Naples, to all of you, as we move forward and build this next set of solutions together. And we've been working to build the developer community in Italy, and working with groups like Promotion and others. And some of you may have attended some of these places. And we're excited to bring it here into Naples. Now, as I said, that there's this opportunity when you have applications built on a programmable infrastructure. And Cisco is very fortunate to have application companies as well as infrastructure companies within our ecosystem. And so once again, the way applications and infrastructure come together is really, really key, as we have local Italian partners and developers at the infrastructure, as well as at the application layer. And let me just quickly show you a few examples of Italian successes in this space. So Cloud4Y is a product, an ISV, a software company that is from Italy. And they're looking at visitor engagement in train stations. So when you go into train stations, there's an experience. You go every day, you buy things, you get your tickets, you go through, you're commuting. And so they actually make an engagement system. They're using Cisco's wireless technologies. So actually with our wireless technologies, we know when people come in, we know when people move around, we know when people connect. Not that we have to know you personally, but what we do is we know just your phone has come in. And from this, we can actually provide people, in Cloud4Y provides people with connectivity services using the infrastructure, as well as then giving retail experiences that says, oh, you may need this, and give you suggestions and make it very easy for you to transact. So this is a great thing where you can give a great customer experience by using the infrastructure. Another great one is Alianza, which is looking at the manufacturing industry. And here we're looking at connecting industrial machines. And when you're in a factory and you're making things very quickly, then what happens is you need your manufacturing technologies to have sensors in them. And the thing is, if you need to change something, you need to act very quickly. You can't take those signals, send them to the cloud, make some decision, and come back, right? So in this case, what you have is edge computing and IoT capabilities, where your edge routers that are right there inside of the plant itself, can do computing and make decisions that are needed right at the edge. And so it's great to do things like do predictive maintenance, to do secure connectivity, and to really improve the effectiveness of connected industrial machines. And then we also have another Italian company, Extensify, which is in the business intelligence space for retail. And here, once again, they're using the Wi-Fi technologies to get some intelligence about people and then be able to improve customer experience by using that intelligence. So these are just the beginning of the great examples of taking software that you can create using the programmability in an infrastructure, and we're going to be able to create many more experiences going forward. So really the key is that we want to connect to this digital transformation. So all of you are creating the digital transformation for this next stage right in front of us. The technologies that you're learning here, the programs that you're becoming a part of are really key to that. We've actually created a page for Cisco Italy for our developers all around at developer.cisco.com/Italy. It's a place where you can go to get learning labs, to find out and even submit your code, find out about Italian solutions that are being built, and exchange ideas and build new solutions. So please go to developer.cisco.com/Italy and then register for DevNet and then start building solutions with us. So finally, I just want to come back to my family and to all of you. And I spoke to some of the students upstairs and I asked the students, are you from Naples or were you from somewhere else? And many of them were from here. And I said, and what's your intent? Do you want to someday go somewhere else or do you want to stay here as you look for your jobs? Many wanted to stay here. They wanted to bring in technologies and improve lives and bring in opportunity here. They're willing to go to different places to study and learn everything that they need to learn, but many wanted to come back here. And when I think about my nieces and nephews and my family in Greece, and when I think about all of you here, of course you can travel the world and you should travel the world. But I believe that with this new set of opportunities, what we can do is create opportunities, create new business, and improve lives by giving you all of the skills that you need, the tools and the technology, to be able to create this new economy and this new opportunity right in front of us. So it's going to be very exciting what all of you do here. So thank you.